A chance to match that tonight.
We're learning a lot, or revisiting, I should say, of Nets history and some extraordinary feats that have happened thanks to the likes of Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden. A lot of these are Mets. They're being broken, but impressive company. And it's been so fun to watch early on, but of course, only the beginning.
Yeah, you get the feeling you're going to start to see some different names on those graphics than we have over the last 20 years. Harden, Durant, Irving all over it as Gabe Vincent lays it in. Irving and Durant getting ready to check back in for Brooklyn. A 10-point Nets lead. Brooklyn with 13 assists to go with their 14 field goals. Nets are 9 of 16 from 3. That's 56%. Harris thought about a deep one. Instead, the attack and the foul line jumper.
Beautiful job by Joe Harris, just reading where the open spot was on the floor.
17 for Joe Harris. 6 of 10 shooting as none too easy.
And the last two possessions, we saw that. Just the areas getting to the lane, not a lot of resistance.
Harden pedals into the paint. No look to Luwawu-Cabarrot. Couldn't squeeze it in. Perry gets the finish, plus the foul.
The Nets are doing a really nice job against this Miami zone, getting the ball into the middle of the floor and then making decisions, whether it's open for a shot, James Harden getting it to Luwawu-Cabarrot, who Reggie Perry helps him out to clean this up and get himself to the free throw line.
I guess that was a I finally got one to go inside headbutt.
Yeah, maybe.
You think so?
I don't know if
Should
it was
I not
about that
be interpreting
offensive.
the headbutt?
Maybe that was. Maybe it was on the defensive end, a miscue. I don't know. I'm not always good at my headbutt interpretations.
We'll have to ask the basketball after the game.
I don't even know if the basketball knows.
The Nets are a plus 11 on the glass thus far. Sarah mentioned it earlier, but Miami, like Brooklyn, not a good rebounding team. None denied. Perry and Irving both there.
Great collapse on the inside.
Irving finds Durant galloping in. Oh, the long strides and the finish.
Man, what do you do? What do you do against that? I mean, he covers so much ground. He does it in a smooth way.
Largest lead for Brooklyn. Oh, Harkless took a shot from Perry. He's still down. As none can't hit, Harkless is still down. Looked like he took it right on the hip.
Oh, he looks like he's in pain.
Yeah, and now a foul's given by Vincent as Harkless is having trouble seemingly getting to his feet. Now, that was just a foul taken by Miami so they could get Harkless examined, but this was the
I think he
contact.
gets, Perry's left knee right there in his quad. So you hope it's nothing too serious, but be a nice Charlie horse or
dead leg.
bruise there, yeah.
All right, sometimes those aren't serious, but they are painful and inhibiting. Harris has 17 in the first half. Tried to force a pass there. Turnover number 7 for Brooklyn. On the attack, great job by Durant, but then a foul is called. And Durant is upset. Thought he got it cleanly, and to the naked eye, it looked like he did.
Take a look, Durant coming from behind, forces the bobble.
Oh, that's clean. That is absolutely clean. I think the Nets might challenge this.
Yeah.
And they are. It would have been the second foul on Durant. Instead, they're going to challenge this, and I'd be very surprised if they don't win it.
Agreed. So try and mitigate a foul from Durant, take away a couple opportunities at the free throw line.
Ruling after review is a successful challenge. The foul has been overturned. The ball is loose at the time of the whistle. Jump ball center circle, any two.
Let's take a look at the Nets' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Barclays Center. Nets will play Miami again on Monday and then head to Atlanta, Oklahoma City, and Washington before returning home for a big matchup against the Clippers. Coverage begins 30 minutes before all games on Yes. Now, we saw the Nets challenging the Kevin Durant foul as Durant came up with what looked like a clean rejection here, but was called for a foul. Nets challenged it, and the Nets have won that challenge. So Durant spared a personal. He has just one, and because nobody had possession at the time of the challenge, jump ball center circle, which Adebayo wins. DeAndre Jordan gave a little look like, that wasn't the cleanest toss there. Adebayo's turnaround banks in off the window. 14 for Bam Adebayo. Heat shorthanded. No Jimmy Butler, no Tyler Hero, no Myers Leonard, no Avery Bradley. Durant got bumped. He'll shoot two. At each home game this season, Barclays Essential Together is honoring an essential worker who has kept our city going during the COVID-19 pandemic. Do you know an essential worker who has shown the world what it means to be New York tough and Brooklyn strong? If so, the Nets want to hear about this hero. To nominate someone, visit brooklynnets.com/nominate. That challenge, sometimes you may wait until later in the game, but you don't want an extra foul on Kevin Durant.
And when it's so clear and obvious, if you feel that way, that can also lend itself to feeling like it was time to challenge.
Dragic tosses back to Adebayo. 6 to shoot. Dragic around another screen, and that one frees him for two. Irving lobs it over to Jordan. Someone's open. It's Luwawu Cabarrot. Squeeze back to Harris. On a three. Joe Harris, 20 points. He has 6 threes in this first half.
The Nets are finding him, though. And that's a beauty. Even if that possession, all the passes weren't the cleanest, but it was getting the ball to both sides.
Rebound goes out of bounds off of Irving. It'll be Miami basketball. 15-point cushion, Nets' largest lead. How about Joe here?
And this is where you take advantage. A nice job by TLC. Driving baseline, forcing that type of help and getting the ball over to Joe Harris. You see Duncan Robinson late there on the contest. But it all started with the fact that they were trying to get the ball out of Kyrie Irving's hands. So you're sending to it Irving, and eventually you're going to be able to find that open man.
Harden and Brown back in for Brooklyn. Harris and TLC check out. 4 assists for TLC in this game. Brown the rebound. Brooklyn a 25-11 edge on the glass. Harden the lob, and Jordan hoops the alley.
I've said this before. It took about 2 quarters for James Harden to get the cadence down of getting DeAndre the ball off of lobs. Pretty play, facilitating for his teammates. It's a nice balance of when he's looking for his own and when he's finding his teammates. And DeAndre Jordan gets behind Olynyk. There's nothing you could do off that play. And in the same token, you got Dragic worried about Joe Harris on the weak side corner. And that's where the setup and the implementation of how you're looking at these roster combinations makes such a difference because...
And why have they been looking for Joe, Sarah? Because of this.
Lights out and doing it from everywhere on the floor. He got that first bucket early, finds one in transition, some great ball movement from his teammates. And the Heat, frankly, have just been late in their closeout and identifying where he is on the floor. And some of that has come just from the drive, the kick, the penetration. And for a player in Joe Harris, who the last couple games hadn't necessarily got the amount of touches in field goal attempts that you would like, certainly started hot here tonight here in the first half.
You know, I mean, you watch NBA games, you see people jump high a lot. So when it inspires that kind of reaction from both of us
like
in the
he was
arena,
jumping off a trampoline.
you know it was especially high.
Bam.
Durant trying to take Duncan Robinson, got hit, no call, and Durant wondering why there wasn't one. Good look, and that's going to be a goaltend. All right, now here's how high Bam Adebayo got on this. I mean, look at
goodness.
He is.
I'm not even sure if that angle too does it justice for just how high he was. But that, I mean, I love Bam's game. He brings so many different aspects to the table in terms of his skill set, but add in that athleticism and explosiveness.
Harden with a hand in his face got fouled. He knows how to take advantage. And James Harden is going to shoot 3 free throws.
And think about the fact, I mean, this is part of James Harden talking about the feel-out process, just figuring out and surveying the situation, in doing so with a sense of patience. That was just his second field goal attempt. And he's got 7 assists already on the night. And a big part of what we've seen out of him early on has been much more of a look to be a facilitator than necessarily looking for his shot.
All right, there's the top of the jump for Bam Adebayo. Here's Jordan. Jordan's pretty close there.
I don't know. Wait, can we see Bam once more? I feel like there was almost a full basketball higher.
Yeah, and he's stretching back, and his head is at the backboard.
Kudos to both.
Yeah,
I know you got jumping ability, Rooks.
That's true. It was on my little Tykes hoop growing up, but
through the box.
I would get to the top of the square there. Harden stepped out of bounds as he went to save that. And so it's going to be Miami basketball. Now, Joe Harris's high scoring, we mentioned his high for 3.5 is tonight with 6, but his high point total wise is 23. Did it in the bubble. He has 20 in the first half of this game. Good contest from Harden, and he flags down the rebound. Harden, step back 3, short. Rebound, Brown, cleaning it up, getting fouled. Bruce Brown will shoot 2.
He has a knack for rebounding because of his instincts. Of course, a lot of that just comes from the effort and the hustle that he brings to the table. 5th rebound on the night, but we've seen him have some big games, and not just the numbers of the rebounds, but the timeliness and the impact that they've had throughout the course of a variety of games.
Tonight's Nets featured item of the game is the Nike Spotlight Practice Hoodie. Supplies are limited, so visit netstore.com to get your featured item of the game tonight.
I got that for my nephews,
Oh, nice.
just in case you're wondering.
Hey, does this count as a rebound, Sarah? Doink. Like, does Kevin Durant get a half rebound for that?
It was almost like a rebound assist.
Right.
Bounced
Soccer
it right
guided.
over to Harden.
Hey, Sarah, we have a correction. They happen every once in a while. Joe actually made 7 threes in the first half at Toronto, February 11, 2019. So he's one shy of his career high. Robinson in transition takes advantage. 8 turnovers for Brooklyn in this first half. Irving, just 5 field goal attempts in the first half. Jordan was going for the reverse, and instead it's out of bounds off of Miami. And it's going to be Brooklyn ball, or will it? It may not be after this conversation. Yeah, it's going to be Miami ball. Jordan last hit it. That's the correct call. You know, we don't always show you when we say it with confidence about a call being correct or incorrect, but we're getting it checked in the truck, and we're getting confirmation.
That's why you were so confident in saying that you're telling us?
Yeah, that's right.
I
had backup.
I thought you were just backing up the officials, trusting that they made the right call.
To the naked eye, I thought it was Jordan, but we got the truck confirmation to change the tone. Irving with the left hand. No, Jordan, most certainly yes. Ends a little field goal drought of 3 minutes for Brooklyn.
We've talked about Miami last in the league and rebounding. That is an area of vulnerability around the basket and some second chance opportunities.
Oh, nifty little move there from Dragic and Adebayo. 18 points in this first half.
Goran Dragic is so crafty. He's so fun to watch. He's got a patience and poise to when he is penetrating, getting inside, how he finds his teammates.
And Miami was really robbed of him in the finals.
Yes.
Hurt his foot after he had been amazing in the
how
playoffs.
How impressive was he during the playoffs? I mean, such an integral part to this team.
He had averaged 21 a game in the first 3 rounds. What do you think? Any chance this was a pass off the glass by Kyrie?
But sure, I mean, I guess it could be. I don't know. Just you can never put it past Kyrie to get fancy with some of his passing and some of his ball handling. But if that were me, I would then follow up saying, of course that was meant to be.
Yeah, of course it was. He is as good as anyone in the NBA when it comes to using the backcourt.
So, yeah. Dude, we don't often see him
miss everything off the glass.
Yeah, that egregiously.
Hits both free throws there. 2 for 1 opportunity for Miami, and Brown gets hit with the foul. Coming up at the half, Chris Sheeran, Frank Isola in the S Studios. NBA News and Notes, Curry closing in on Reggie Miller, Michael Grady's Coaches Report. Did you notice how outstanding Grady's outfit is tonight?
I did because you sent us a picture to the group chat.
I did. I said we have a wonderful
And
Nets
also
on Yes group chat.
and he's sitting 2 plexiglasses over.
Yeah.
So
The pocket square with like the thin tie and the clip.
Ryan, I'm going to be
Sharp.
honest, it is super sharp. Grady always looks super sharp. I didn't know if also you were building that up because you got a super classy, sharp 3-piece suit going.
You
too.
thought I just wanted attention on wardrobe
Sometimes
tonight.
when you compliment others, it comes back to you. Give out what you hope to receive.
Maybe it was a little of that too. Irving gets it to drop. Beautifully executed 2 for 1 for Brooklyn. Irving now with 8 points. Harris, the leading scorer for Brooklyn in this first half with 20. Durant has 11. 17 Brooklyn assists. 8-second difference game and shot. The clock is stopped. The clock has stopped. Now it restarts. But it had frozen at one point. So the Nets may have a little more time than they should have. Durant through the lane, lays it in, but it's going to be a charge. A charge is called against Durant. That'll be his second foul, and the bucket will be taken away.
And let's take a look. Kelly Olynyk waiting on this. Durant goes by Adebayo.
Oh no, he's in the
Yes,
he's in the restricted area.
Left heel.
And remember, even if your heel is above the restricted area, that's no good. Adebayo hits the 3. What a perfectly executed play by Miami, and a 5-point swing, potentially 6-point swing. He beat
To see the Jazz starting that way, being so efficient, ball moving around. Jazz, 14-0.
Larry H. Miller dealerships have helped over 20 million service customers. To put it in perspective, if we served one customer every
Donovan Mitchell was more than I the other night against the Pelicans, 36.7 rebounds and 5 assists, but faced some harsh criticism from Shaq. Here's Donovan's response.
You know, I hate to take a win like this and make it about what they said about me. You know, like, you look at how we played and guarded, like, I'm happy. At the end of the day, like, I'm here to play basketball and be the best teammate and the best player that I can be. They don't like it, they don't like it. I'm not trying to make this about me. This is team basketball. Like, at the end of the day, we're winning, we're doing good things. We just got to keep it up.
Guys, and I want to remind everyone, Don, the brand determination over negativity. He did say that for so many years, people said he couldn't do something, and he does it. He's heard the criticism, and he says that fuels him.
Well, it fuels Jazz Nation as well, and others beyond the Utah Jazz fan base. Look, it's a conversation that was had. I thought at 24. Did I mention he's 24?
Yeah.
What an incredible, cool, calm demeanor, and the way he approached that criticism, not only on national television but in postgame.
Yeah, and coming off a great game, by the way, one of his best. And I would just say, if you do your homework, the numbers they don't lie, the play doesn't lie. Donovan Mitchell is definitely becoming a superstar.
Well, the Jazz missed their first shot. Bogey, a nice start, by the way. A season high, 3 assists, and he's done here in the first 3 minutes of the first quarter. A 14-2 lead. 3-ball has been just on fire, 4 for 4. And Thurl, it's the corner 3.
Yeah, early in the season, we weren't seeing a lot of those go down.
Donovan on a fadeaway comes up short. Guess who? Rudy there. Puts it back, offensive rebound. A couple of quick buckets for Rudy.
Yep, and that's another $50 donation from Ford to the Utah Food Bank, making a difference.
Ball pops loose. Wiggins grabs it now. The ball comes out and rebounded by Royce O'Neal. Royce has had a tremendous start to this season, rebounding just under 7 a game. Donovan takes on a double team, flies it out to Bogey. In the corner, does that step to his left and just misfired off the rim.
He doesn't miss that shot very much. And one thing about that shot is sometimes he has the open three-point shot.
Oubre, good look, missed it, rebounded. The Jazz corner, 3. Donovan, rebound backside, picked up by Draymond Green. No, this has been a slow start for Golden State. Steve Kerr, the head coach, did mention in his pregame comments, Thurl, they did not arrive here because of plane trouble until 2 a.m. They did not. They let the players sleep in. They did not have a shoot-around this a.m. Royce, 3 for 3. 9-point start for O'Neal.
Yeah, during my travels as a player, there were a few of those where you didn't get in late, but sometimes the best games come out of those late nights.
Wiseman the rebound, lost it. Inside, beautiful on the run. Rudy Wiseman got back to defend. Royce tries to pick up and does get a whistle at midcourt.
Royce just a little bit too close, didn't give Steph Curry enough time to turn around. Right here, the great passing by the Jazz, moving the ball around. Royce O'Neal wide open. Well, the rookie gets Rudy Gobert moving, and then Royce not giving Stephen Curry enough time to take a dribble.
Curry launches his first 3. He'll take 11 a game. Rudy out on the perimeter. Here's Mike on the wing. 3-ball. Good. O'Neal's knocked down 3 threes. Conley just joined him. And that's another Mountain America Credit Union 3-point shot and $50 for the Huntsman Cancer Foundation. So they're dropping $50 bills here right and left.
Yes, they are. And Ron Boone said, expect a barrage of threes. And both teams have not disappointed. Golden State just kind of get going with the 3-point line.
Donovan, good look. It was down and came out. Green grabs his 3rd rebound of the quarter. Jumper, good. Little step back by Wiseman.
Yeah, not a bad move by Wiseman, understanding that he's not going to get too many close looks at the basket with Rudy there, but he had some space that time to get that little fadeaway jumper down.
Now the rookie shoots at 51%. Donovan, quick move, caught the rim and in. Mitchell's on the board after dropping 36 against the Pelicans. In fact, in the 2 games, he averaged 32 against New Orleans. Oubre Jr. shut down, baseline. He'll throw it out. Wiseman, good look. And I tell you what, he's selling me on that mid-range jumper.
Oh, no question about it. You know, he's one of those rookies that came in NBA ready.
Boogie went baseline, gave up the shot. Curry stepped in, nearly stole it. Conley fires it off to Royce, the hot spot. It's up and off the rim. Tapped out by Gobert and a fresh 14. Why not? Royce again. No. And the rebound to Curry. Steph deep. Rims out and Royce lets it bounce out of bounds. That's one thing Steph is well known for. He has no gauge when it comes to how deep he'll take the three.
No, and listen, you've talked about the green light. I'm not sure we even know the scale of brightness that Steph has.
Blinding, maybe? 24-12, Utah.
That 18-2 run.
There's Zach LaVine.
I needed that basket.
Here's Gasol. He can shoot it. Rebounded by Young.
Marc Gasol is going to be more for the playoffs
Yeah.
than he is in the regular season, because he's a very good rim protector. He understands how to play high basketball IQ.
Nice take by Markkanen, and he'll draw a foul.
And that's what he needs to do. He needs to be aggressive. You know, Zach right now is the one guy that's got 6 of the 8 points. They need some other guys to step up, and Lowry's one of them.
Foul on Anthony Davis will be his first. That's the second on the Lakers, sending Markkanen to the stripe. He had 23 points against the Hornets yesterday.
From late night games basketball season, America runs on Dunkin'.
LeBron James, after a solid start, will head to the bench. As will Marc Gasol. They'll bring in Kyle Kuzma, Wesley Matthews, and Montrezl Harrell onto the floor. Davis and Schroeder will remain on the floor for the Lakers. Patrick Williams will come out for the Bulls, and Garrett Temple will take his spot.
This is where the Lakers get younger, more athletic, coming in with the second group.
Now, their bench has taken a major jump. They were about a middle-of-the-pack bench last year. The addition of Montrezl Harrell, who was the sixth man of the year with the Clippers last year, that's been a big bolster to them. Young got the strip and the steal, and LaVine draws the foul.
You see right there, Thaddeus Young fronts the post, changes it up a little bit.
Schroeder picks up the foul. Foul on the floor, so a side out of bounds. LaVine being chased by Matthews. Now he's got the very lengthy Anthony Davis on him. They find the mismatch. That's Markkanen, but he couldn't finish.
There.
Yeah.
Got the play that you want. Good read by Zach Levine.
Had a guard on him in Matthews. Schroeder misses, and Levine squares it.
Today, getting ready to start the third quarter. Nets a 10-point lead on the Heat. It is time for a down-under edition of Where Brooklyn At. Sarah, I want you to say hello to the Monroe family. Anthony and Nicole, 13-year-old Claire, and 11-year-old Darcy. They live in Melbourne, Australia. And they do not, they look great, huh? Do not miss a game on NBA League Pass when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets. They came to Barclays Center for Christmas pre-COVID, and they are watching right now on Sunday afternoon, 16 hours ahead of Eastern Time. And it's 93 degrees today because it's summer there, and the girls wanted to show off their Brooklyn gear by the pool.
I am jealous. Claire and Darcy look like hoopers. Those are some great pictures. I'd also would take one of those bagels.
Big!
Very enticing.
Bagel in a pool sounds good. Big thanks to Anthony, Nicole, Claire, and Darcy. If you have a picture in the story, Where Brooklyn At, submit your photos on Twitter or Instagram by tagging @NetsOnYes, using the hashtag Where Brooklyn At, or email Nets at YesNetwork.com. Let's check in with Michael Grady.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Miami shot just 38% in that first half. I spoke with Nets assistant coach Jordan Knott at halftime. He told me that they were happy with the way the Nets played defense for 20 of the 24 minutes in that first half, getting away from the principles at the end of the second quarter. Bam Adebayo went off for 21 points, but what they didn't like was the fact that they gave up 27 three-point attempts to Miami. Now, the Heat only made 7, but the Nets feel like a lot of those were good looks, and they want to tighten up on that in the second half. Just 2 shot attempts from James Harden in the first half, but the Nets were okay with that. He was facilitating, getting guys involved. J.O. called him a basketball savant. He's going to let the game come to him, and they're perfectly fine with that. Bruce?
Absolutely, Michael. 7 assists for Harden in that first half. I'm glad the audience got a look at how outstanding Michael Grady's suit combo is tonight. Harden step back 3, rims out.
I could not agree more. And great stuff from Grady and, of course, Jordan Knott. Another area the Nets allowed Miami to score 15 points off their turnovers. That's a theme for this team and taking care of the basketball, so something to focus on the second half.
Dragic pushes it in, and it's back to single digits, something it hasn't been in quite a while.
And you talked about this team, Miami, last night, coming back from their deficit in Toronto, or against Toronto, I should say, at Tampa, but they're going to keep coming at you.
Maurice Harkless out for the remainder of this game with a left thigh contusion for Miami. And so you see KZ Okpala in the game for the Heat. An 8-0 run, bridging the second and third quarter for Miami. Adebayo flips it in. Bam Adebayo has 23 points. That 3 he hit at the end of the second quarter was his first of the year and just the 6th of his career.
He's showing off the whole repertoire. We see his vision, his ability to pass. Of course, he's a beast on the glass, but just his touch and his ability to score in a variety of ways.
Harden barking emphatically, wanted the screen from Jordan. Shot clock down to 6. Jordan, center of the lane. And that's what Harden was looking for. 8 assists now for Harden. Here's Dragic looking to shed Irving, and Irving gets called for the kick.
And just a job there is DeAndre Jordan has got his eyes on Okpala, and you saw it, and it's the quick slip. As soon as he realized that Okpala had his head turned and he was going to be focused on helping with Harden, beautiful play by the two.
Dragic's leaner is good. Nets bench wanted an illegal screen on Bam Adebayo. So did Kyrie Irving, but they didn't get it. Irving, 3 of 8 from the floor in this game. Durant, good look from the wing. He got it.
What you gonna do, Rooks? I mean, it's one of those simple things that it's all just on Kevin Durant, catch and shoot. His release point, his height, something that he has put tireless work into to perfecting that shot.
Harris gives it up. Durant puts it down. You can ask that same question, Coos.
It's a thing of beauty. It is a thing of beauty. And whether you always want to contest him and try and get a hand up, but whether he's got someone in front of him or a circumstance like that, so much of it just comes down to whether he makes it or misses it.
17 now for Durant. He has scored 20 in each of his 12 games played this season. Deep one won't go. Jordan the rebound. Harden. Eyes up. Oh, Harden, the nifty step back. Just couldn't put it in from downtown. 74-62, Brooklyn in front. Dragic squeezes it to the corner. Step back 3 for Olynyk. Off the mark. Good gang rebounding there. Harden and Irving combining to get the board against Adebayo. And then Brooklyn gives it away. Olynyk stood up by Irving. In the corner, Paula waits and can't hit from 3. There, Harris came flying in, but a foul is called against Harris. Let's go back to Durant.
Just a nice swing by Kyrie Irving to get it to Kevin Durant. Shifts the defense. Oh, beautiful looking stroke. I mean, it's smooth. Such a pure look from Kevin Durant. You look at his numbers tonight, 3 of 5 from 3, 5 of 10 from the field. But that is a part of not only what we've seen throughout him his entire career, but in particular this season, the fact that he's shooting 54% from the field, 47% from 3. He has come into this year and just been so efficient with his shooting.
No, I think they're talking about the arena scoreboard because you see that's incorrect. It is not 68-62 with 9:46 to go. It's 74-62 with 8:06 to go. The game clock on the shot clocks is correct. But the scoreboard is incorrect, and obviously, I mean, Sarah, I would imagine as a player, you look up to that a lot. Right?
I'm not going to lie. I looked up to that about 45 seconds ago, and I was like, man, it doesn't feel like it's that close, but all right. But you're right. I mean, it is a factor.
Yeah.
To at least be aware of.
So instead,
the players may be more keen on that than where my head was at.
So 74-62, things have been corrected now. It's all fixed. Game resumes. Robinson around an Adebayo screen, hits the leaner.
And you are trying to run Duncan Robinson off the three-point line, but a 10-point game here, Rooks, and the discrepancy comes from what's happening with turnovers.
Oh, another nice delivery. Harden to Jordan. The connection there has been robust.
And that is so excellent because what do you have around the perimeter? You have Kevin Durant, Joe Harris, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. It's going to leave spaces on the floor open. And that play started with a Kevin Durant screen. You see Durant frees up Harden little, DeAndre Jordan doing the same thing. Nice slip. Olynyk has to help, but with the shooters around the wings, that keeps players and defenders attached.
Harris forced that one, but Durant able to flag it down and connect. The ultimate eraser. Kevin Durant grabs the 50-50 and then puts it in from 15. Strong start to the third for KD.
Hustle, gets to his spot. Smooth on the finish. Dynamic look from Durant.
go, kid. Come on, baby. Let's go.
And the ball thrown away. Curry threw it right to Murray on the inbounds.
Ball comes flying down. Shoot the ball. Get yourself down and ready and let it go. Shoot your open shot.
Barrett, right wing three. It is good for R.J. Barrett.
I told you, if you're over anyone from history.
Come on, go coast to coast, gives it off, and Wiseman, two-handed jam.
We got to stay in and make sure everybody rebounds. We got to get out and run these guys some in transition.
A turnover for George, back the other way, Hayes running the floor. Oh, he cocked it back with the right hand.
Offensively, way to push, way to attack.
Nice quick move off the Oh, my goodness. Jokic. Wow.
Just schooling the rookie here.
I want you to get in him and start getting aggressive. We need some emotion. We need some traction in this game.
Rejected by Wiggins, who knocked it away off the glass. Curry comes the other way. Curry weaving his way, goes up, gets fouled, put him on the line.
Nice pass. Durant to Jordan and a foul. Beautiful connection.
Great job, DJ. Great job. So get together, all five of you. Bring some energy, some juice.
Bounce pass Wiseman down the lane. Over ball, and he reached up and slammed it down.
What a beautiful jam by Wiseman.
Hey, yo, you know what time it is.
Draymond catches, hand off Curry. Curry backs up, takes a deep three over Davis. It's good! Curry!
It is time now for the Taco Bell take. What do you got for us, Goose?
James Harden tonight has been excellent when it comes to facilitating. He's not really playing into the Taco Bell take of the night. Considering the fact, you think about this age of load management, James Harden, he's been great on second nights of back-to-backs. 37 points per game in 18 games on 0 days of rest the past 2 seasons. And he's had 50-plus points in 3 of those games. And Brooks, to put it in perspective in terms of the Nets, Kyrie is the only Net to have 2 50-point games. James has had 3 in the second of back-to-backs in the last 2 seasons. So some impressive numbers. I don't think this is going to be a night where he hits that average, but pushing all the right buttons for the Nets offense to this point.
9 assists for Harden, 0 of 4 from the floor. Okpala hits the 3. 11-point Brooklyn lead. Irving and Harden, neither was sure who was getting it. It's Irving. Starting 5 on the floor for Brooklyn. Durant trying to shake free underneath, and he was fouled. Oh, no. They're going to get an offensive foul against Brooklyn, and I believe Kyrie Irving.
Watch right. Yeah, there was a little bit of a shove trying to get Bam Adebayo on a screen there, and body movement gets into him.
So the Nets' 11th turnover, lobbing it up, and Irving fouls Adebayo again, this time preventing the dunk as Adebayo once again got up.
I'm telling you, he fights over the screen, trailing the screen, DeAndre Jordan there to help, and then Kyrie Irving comes and gets Adebayo. It's like he's on a pogo stick, trampoline, you name the comparison. He's so light on his feet, too, because of the quickness of which he gets it off.
Not a shooting foul there, so an especially good foul from Irving. Olynyk, a deep 3, rims off. Jordan, the one-handed rebound, but is called for the foul. Looked like it was going to be on Adebayo, but instead it's DeAndre Jordan.
And I think what he's trying to say is he was just using his arm bar for the lockout. We'll have to take another look at this one, but they're both tangled and tied up right here. And that's a tough call. That's
well, because it's hard to know, right?
Right. Well, it's hard to know who's got the tie up.
The layup goes for Olynyk. 14 fouls now already on Brooklyn in this third. Irving bounces. Harris on the attack. Harden out. Bruce Brown in. Irving hits the jumper.
And there's the movement off ball that you want to continue seeing. And that's where the Nets offense has done a nice job tonight.
Adebayo rolls it in. Each team playing the second half of back-to-back. Irving finds the cutter in Brown, who forces it in. You know, these unorthodox flips, they work for Bruce Brown.
He's been finishing really well around the basket, but I also continue to be encouraged just by the sharing on the offensive side for the Nets, how they're hitting cutters. And we see it again, just Bruce Brown, the nice cut up the middle, tough finish with Dragic right on him. And it is a tough finish, but think about the last play. Same type of thing. Kevin Durant had Duncan Robinson on him. Could he have easily taken him one-on-one? Of course, but Kyrie Irving cuts off the weak side. You get it to the middle of the floor. Is Bruce Brown taking off his right thumb there?
I think he is a little bit. Staying in, though. You know, sometimes after you release, you kind of get into that high-five position with a defender.
Bruce Brown, though, he's been such a nice addition, working his way, speaking of earning your spot in the rotation, earning your minutes, some of the clutch moments that he's had for this group, but brings a nice energy, bounce, but also productivity.
Irving stops on a dime, can't hit the jumper. An opportunity here for Miami, down 9. 5:20 to go in this third. Nets' largest lead was 18 back in the second. Dragic short. Durant the rebound. Nets leading the glass. Big time tonight as Irving got fouled. Nets a 35-18 edge on the glass. And Dragic not enamored.
Really, and that's where, Ryan, it goes back to you look at the numbers of why is the score sitting here at a 9-point game for Miami, who's struggled mightily from the three-point line. The Nets have shot the ball really well from the field, out-rebounding the Heat. It's all come down to the turnovers and points off turnovers. 19 for Miami, and for a team that leads the league in turnovers in the Heat, they have just 3.
Durant through the lane, kicks it out. Brown connects on a 3, had been just 2 of 14 from deep this season. And that would be an enormous development to add to that productivity from Bruce Brown.
He's had timely makes.
Dragic fading away, feathery. 10 points, 7 assists for Goran Dragic. Each team shooting it really well in this quarter. Harris gets some space. Truth on a 3. 7th of the night for Joey Buckets. Dragic got fouled on the floor. Nets are over the limit, so it's going to be 2 free throws here for Goran Dragic.
And watch Bruce Brown as he backs in the area in the corner. Feet set, nice release, good feel off the play, and then here's a nice screen by DeAndre Jordan to free up Joe Harris, who, on a night like tonight, leading the Nets in field goal attempts. There's been a good balance. This goes back to finding the open man, but also finding the hot hand.
Yeah, it has felt like good decisions have been made all around on the offensive end. Nets shooting at 56% from 2, 56% from 3. Jeff Green will check in for DeAndre Jordan. But you're right, Sarah. There's been unselfishness across the board.
It's been really nice to see. I mean, 25 assists on 30 field goals. And, you know, for the Nets, they're playing an undermanned Miami team that's still trying to work towards finding their consistency and playing without such a key member in Jimmy Butler, of course, Tyler Hero, Avery Bradley. But just the flow in the movement of the offense, you got to really like.
Durant flips it in, and that is the 13th straight 20-plus point game for Kevin Durant to begin this season, extending a Nets record as Harris leaps back for the block. Harris, a deep three, short. Brown, the offensive rebound. Durant finds Brown underneath. What a rejection from Okpala. Wow.
Nasty block.
Achua meets Durant, and the foul is called. And Durant.
A nice help here behind from Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving's in front, and then a beauty of a pass by Durant to Bruce Brown, and I think he thought he was going to have a clean-looking layup. And Okpala comes over, the verticality you see, but just a strong play in recovery.
Now, that was the fourth foul on Durant. He's probably upset that he didn't get an assist on that gorgeous pass.
I think
How about
I was
the
most
look at that
excited
pass
about the
from our
look.
crew?
Well, what a shot. What a shot, a great look. But those are the opportunities you see, of course, drawing in the defense, the engagement and attention that he brings. But Bruce Brown, he's got a really nice feel of where he moves on the court to make himself available.
Durant travels there, 13th turnover from Brooklyn. You think about it, though, Sarah, you go back to the call the Nets challenged in the second quarter in which they erased a Kevin Durant foul. And that's why you do it if you're Steve Nash, because think about it, you'd have 5 right now.
Yeah, I think that's the toughest part you can imagine for coaches in terms of the challenges of just when you're using it, how you're using it, and the strategy behind it.
Nunn, guarded by Irving. Nunn, denied by Irving. Got it back, and it's going the other way. Achua called for the loose ball foul.
That's an example of just staying in front, the one-on-one assignments, the areas that you're trying to improve defensively. It's little plays like that you want to see more of.
I'm a rip, I don't be giving. Time me here, bigger business. Come and go. When you stay down like this, you rock Billy. Okay. He broke his head, put a book on. My hip, put it out, put a move on. He on the beaches like baby, for real on the low, trying to do what I do, done. Yeah.
We've seen some fun highlight plays in this one. Let's start with Bam Adebayo from the side of Miami, scoring different places on the floor, showing some touch from the field, also the power on the inside. And then, of course, there is Kevin Durant, who's been putting on a show, the smooth delivery of his shot from deep. He's got a lot of looks from the outside and also the inside. Elongated strides give him an easy look. Some nice numbers on both sides.
Tonight's key matchup presented by your local Ford stores. Adebayo, 27 points. His career high is 30. Durant, 21 on the efficient 7 of 12 shooting and in 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And little history for Durant as well. He has passed Robert Parrish moved into sole possession of 27th place on the NBA's all-time scoring list.
Nice.
Brown kicks it. Green, Perry, Luwawu-Cabarrot, Harden, and Brown, the 5 for Brooklyn. Green had to force it up, couldn't get it to go, and the rebound secured by Miami. See what Brooklyn's bench with Harden can do here at the end of the third. Robinson flashes free, rims out on a 3, Nets dodge a bullet.
Nice help by Reggie Perry coming out for that closeout.
Harden, no look, too strong, out of bounds. 14th turnover for Brooklyn. And that has been one of the consistent themes when we talk about, okay, the shortcomings in the early season. We know the defense has to improve, the rebounding on the defensive side, but also the turnovers.
Changes the complexion of the game, and it's a reason why they're last in the league, or I should say in giving up most opponent field goal attempts. You allow that many extra possessions to a team, it is going to catch up with you.
Miami 8 of 35 now from 3. Brooklyn's 14 of 26. Harden dishes. Luwawu-Cabarrot can't hit. Here's Achua. Shoulders into Perry. Smart and brave. Reggie Perry, astute positioning, and took the body.
Oh, Achua is coming. Crossover, and Perry, you see him stay solid. Get in front. Chua's got some size he's coming through with, but a nice heads-up defensive play there by Perry.
Green catch fire and hit. Jeff Green has been excellent. 3 of 3 from downtown tonight.
Playing within himself. He continues to bust up the zone looks that Miami is showing them.
The 3 from Vincent, short. Harden and Brown converge. Harden has his 4th rebound. 9 assists for James Harden. Doesn't have a field goal yet. Whoa. Perry just triggered a fast break. And a foul called on Green. No easy buckets, and now Iguodala is the kind of guy you want to put on the line. Good foul from Jeff Green.
And Steve Nash has talked about the fact that we see Jeff Green coming from behind an Andre Iguodala, gets him in the arm. With the starting lineup in some of the changes that we've seen, and 11 different ones here in 18 games for the Nets. However, Joe Harris makes sense, of course, him being in the starting lineup with the shooting prowess, but a part of moving Jeff Green back to the second unit is the fact he said, I like the size and the defensive presence he brings and the help that he provides along with Reggie Perry, the rookie, when he's in. And as we discuss, end of quarter, opportunities, taking advantage, putting in the lineup. Juwan will have a likely 2-for-1 opportunity here with this group and see what they can do.
15 threes tonight for Brooklyn. They had made 15 in 5 straight games, a franchise record, before making 14 last night, snapping that record. About a 6-second difference, game and shot clock. Jeff Green saved the point with that foul. 6 to shoot. Harris to the corner. Durant. You bet. Kevin Durant's 4th 3 of the night. He has 24 points.
And you got to respect Joe Harris because he's such a shooter. So what does that do? It frees up just enough time and space for Kevin Durant.
Adebayo again beats the buzzer just like he did at the end of the second. This time he does it from 2 at the end of the third. But a big third quarter for KD, and Brooklyn leads by 14 on Yes. Robinson flashes free, rims out on a three, Nets dodge a bullet.
Nice help by Red.
Start of the fourth quarter in Brooklyn. Let's check out the All-State good hands. How about James Harden's hockey assists?
I like it. I mean, he has 9 assists already on the night, but there's just a swing action, gets it to Kevin Durant. The Nets have been doing a really nice job moving the ball when facing the zone for Miami, and James Harden has come to Brooklyn, and he's just been really unselfish. I think a lot of the mentality we've seen in what he's shown to this point has been a pass-first look, but getting everyone involved, make sure the ball's moving. And he talked about that the other night. He said that's a part of it, just figuring everything out. There's times he probably could be more aggressive with his shot, but tonight, a really great job just orchestrating the offense, and everyone has taken a part in that.
It is very clear James Harden is here to win. And whatever he has to do to help facilitate that, he is going to do.
And it goes to the point that may change. I mean, this is going to be fluid throughout the course of the year.
Nunn hits the three. 11-point game. Right, some nights you might need him to take 30 shots.
He's been there before.
He has been there before. Harden, cross court. Nice movement here. TLC frees up. A deep one is short. Adebayo having a big night. 29 points, one shy of his career high. Robinson is lethal from downtown and hits. If he gets any kind of space, look out. Had been 1 of 6 from 3 before that make. Jeff Green, no. Rebound out of bounds off Perry, and look out. It's an 8-point game, Miami basketball. Durant, Irving on the bench to begin this fourth quarter. Harden and Irving both played last night. Durant did not after playing 50 minutes in the double overtime games. Adebayo connects plus the foul. And a chance for 3 for Bam Adebayo, who now has a new career high 31 points.
He's not only scoring on the inside, but shooting really well from the field. And Reggie Perry just gets in his airspace a little bit. And I think Perry, after the fact, said, he didn't touch him, and you could see that, but part of where he landed and where he came down on. And that's a lot of what Miami has been able to do. And it's not just the fact of the players that they're missing. They, in many times, run their offense through Bam Adebayo. They put him on that elbow area because of not only his scoring ability, but his passing.
It is now a 5-point game. Nets led by as many as 18. Harris turns it over. Vincent shovels and Nunn flushes it down. It's a 1-possession game, and Brooklyn needs a timeout. The sloppiness has come back to bite Brooklyn. 16 turnovers has now turned into 22 Heat points.
Andre Iguodala with the hands, the length, gets it ahead. Good job by Vincent. Finding Nunn, who cranks it back, throws it down.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or
3-point game in the fourth quarter, time for the Toyota game summary. Nets started the game on an 11-2 run. Miami on an 11-0 run to start the fourth. And things have tightened up. Brooklyn shot at 50% or better in each of the first three quarters, but 16 turnovers compared to just 4 from Miami. Miami had turned it over more than anybody in the league this year. During this timeout, the coaches were on the floor, and Kyrie Irving took control of the huddle.
Yeah, and we see this often with players. I mean, as the coaches meet before they come and talk to the team and talk to the guys. Communication, vocalization. We see Kyrie Irving talking about the score, but I think this is something customarily you see with a lot of groups. And it's what you want, but for the Nets, you cannot anticipate or expect that Miami was just going to settle into this deficit. Continue to play hard. They've made some shots, and once again, it's those turnovers and pressure that they're putting on the offense.
Durant back in, Irving back in, shot clock at 8. Harden thought about it, shot clock at 3, corner 3, Green, no. Rebound, Irving couldn't put it in. Thought he was fouled on the putback, didn't get the call. Miami now with numbers. Now Irving back on D. 3-point game. Nets at a 14-point lead after the third, and there's going to be a foul on the floor here before the shot against Brooklyn. Let's see, did Kyrie have a case here for a foul, Sarah?
Let's take a look.
Ooh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got raked across the wrist.
He's still talking about it. But nice hustle staying with the play, the aggressiveness and the pursuit on the offensive glass. An area where the Nets can potentially take advantage against this Heat team and how they rebound.
4 on Irving after this personal. Green has 4, Durant has 4. Robinson lays it in, and it is a 1-point game. 13-0 to start the fourth for Miami. Irving hits the 3, a big one for Brooklyn. First points of the fourth for the Nets. Robinson leaves for Iguodala. Vincent, catch, fire, no. Box out Green. Irving secures. Irving. Harden cutting, and is that going to count? Could be a goaltend. It is a goaltend. Bucket and the foul for James Harden. His first field goal of the night and a chance for 3.
Nice take, slices through the defense. Bam just snatches that there. And to your point, James Harden, 5th field goal attempt on the night. And for the Nets, a lot of time left in this game, as we have alluded to. But you want to make sure that you're cranking it up, putting that pressure not only on the offensive end, but getting stops at this end.
And that's off Robinson. Good D from Irving, and there's one of those stops.
There has been an energy and a concerted effort, and that's been one of the missing pieces for the Nets defensively. Some of it comes down to positionally where guys are at, rotations, but a lot of it has just been the effort, and it's been here.
Durant, oh yeah, unstoppable. An 8-0 Brooklyn run, and the lead is back to 9.
Last couple possessions, you got a Kyrie 3, you got a James Harden bucket. Kevin Durant this time. Not a whole lot you can do. Durant to his spot.
Dunk of the game is presented by Bigelow Tea.
Brought to you by James Harden to DeAndre Jordan. Puts it right on the spot. Jordan running through this lob to throw it down. A beautiful 4D look. That looks nice. The height of Jordan. The throw down for your Bigelow Tea dunk of the game.
Hey, Monday night on Yes, Brooklyn back at Barclays for round 2 of this series against the Heat. Live coverage starts at 7 o'clock with the FanDuel Sportsbook Net pregame. Then Iron Eagle, Sarah Kustok, and Michael Grady will have the call right here on Yes.
The experience.
Well, following a 13-0 start to the fourth for Miami, Brooklyn on an 8-0 run in the last 50-plus seconds. And the lead back to 9. Adebayo elevates and gets the roll. 34 points for Bam Adebayo as he adds to his career high.
He's been special. We talked about this. He's got some nice assists, a vision, but he's been really effective from the field.
Harden, 8 points, 11 assists. Durant on the attack and got fouled by Adebayo.
Kevin Durant driving in that seam. I think Adebayo was turning a little bit with his left hip, and I think you could see the shock on his side. But because he wasn't standing solid and he started moving there to the left is what caused him to pick up that foul.
Green finds Harris. 3 to shoot. Durant pulls the trigger. Short. Rebound scraped up by Irving. Dives on the floor. And did he get the timeout? No. It's going to be Miami basketball as Irving was out of bounds. Good effort here from Kyrie Irving.
And nonetheless, this is the type of 50-50 balls, extra hustle. The second efforts of Steve Nash has asked these guys about Irving's shoulder. Gets their impact and factor to this lineup.
Brooklyn Nets memberships bring fans together for the ultimate access and exclusive fan experiences. Join the Nets family with a Brooklyn Nets season ticket membership. Call 718-NETS-TIX or visit BrooklynNets.com to place your deposit tonight. Bam Adebayo last season was at 68% from the line. This season, he's at almost 90% from the free throw line. He's 11 of 12 tonight.
He improves each and every year in different aspects of his game.
And the Nets turn it over again. The 17th turnover for Brooklyn. Robinson, a 3, rims out. Harden the rebound. Nets escape one there. Durant through the lane, lays it off. And now Miami pushing. Nunn Trying to shimmy free of Green, who has 5 fouls. Iguodala buries the 3. It is a 2-point game. And just like that, Miami right back in it on a 7-0 run. Irving accelerates the fake, the flip, the touch.
What a pretty fake. When the Nets get the ball in the middle of the floor, good things tend to happen. And you saw that out of Kyrie Irving there, finding that open area in the paint.
Adebayo. I mean, he must have paid off that rim.
He cannot miss.
It's unbelievable, the rolls over there. And Adebayo just having an incredible night, 38 points. Irving with an answer. Flexing in this fourth. $18 points for Irving. Nets looking for a stop. Adebayo elevates and hits again. 40 points for Bam Adebayo.
Well, not only is that a tough shot, but you realize that the Heat are going to keep giving him the ball and going at Jeff Green, considering the fact that he has 5 fouls.
Irving with 8 in the quarter. Harden giving it up. Durant. Pull-up jumper is good. Kevin Durant with 28 points.
Smooth. The quick catch and go, one dribble, saw Adebayo waiting there at the post.
Miami going to go right back to Adebayo. Why not? Adebayo fading away. Can't get that one to drop. Good D from Green. Irving gives it up. Durant's pull-up. Rims out. 5-point Brooklyn lead. 4:35 to go in the fourth.
Free Irving. Shot fake, pass fake. Kevin Durant on the baseline side of things. Miami's doing a really nice job offensively. Who they're attacking, how they're attacking. Off of that last play, great set, great play call, some misdirection that allowed Iguodala to have a chance at the line despite not capitalizing there on that first attempt.
Iguodala, 1 of 3 from the line tonight. It's the second. Brooklyn's lead is 4. Irving, Durant, Green, Harden, Harris. The 5 on the floor for the Nets. None out of Bio, Dragic, Iguodala, Robinson for Miami. Harden threw it too hard, and he thought it was deflected, but instead it's turnover number 18.
And that's an instance, you love how unselfish James Harden has been. He's in the middle of the floor, wide open with a look. Not in Houston anymore. You can take those mid-range shots, James.
It's a foul. Dragic leaning into Harris.
Watch the right shoulder of Goran Dragic here.
Yep.
And a little bit of an extension with the arm as well. But caught just enough.
Accelerating it up. 5 to shoot. Adebayo security. Adebayo has 40. None. A 3 is good. Nets gave him too much space, and none connects.
And he can knock down a 3.
Timeout, Brooklyn. $111-18 to go in the fourth. Hey, tonight after the postgame, stay tuned for the latest episode of Brooklyn Nets Magazine and catch a documentary-style look at this new era of Brooklyn basketball. That's tonight after the postgame only on Yes. Very intrigued to check that out with Michael Grady tonight. 3:18 to go in the fourth. Brooklyn 111, Miami 110. Nets look to be in control all game, but the Heat put together a 13-0 run to start the fourth, and it's been back and forth since. Harris, corner three. No. And Miami a chance to go in front. Adebayo gives it up. Robinson can't flip it in. Durant the rebound. Harden sees the lane, can't flip it in himself. And now here comes Miami. Nunn finds the cutter. Dragic using the window. 1 point game. Harden just 1 of 7 from the floor, has 11 assists. Durant with 28, Harris with 23, Irving with 20. Irving pulls and hits. Kyrie Irving is feeling it, looking to close.
Cold. Every shot. He's locked in, you could tell. Nice handoff there from Jeff Green.
4-point Brooklyn lead. Nets looking for a stop. 1:25 to go. Double comes. Pass off of Iguodala. Out of bounds. Brooklyn ball.
Some nice help there because we had seen the previous possessions. Jeff Green matched up against Bam Adebayo. This time it was Joe Harris. Kyrie Irving comes as the second man to help, and it forces the turnover. Nets have an opportunity here to help extend this lead.
Irving has been the go-to man in this fourth. Irving gives it up. Durant's pull-up is good. He can get it done, too, in crunch time.
Nice job there. Kyrie Irving doesn't have the shot. Who are you dishing it off to? Kevin Durant.
Durant with 30. Brooklyn's lead is 6.
Well, here's Kyrie Irving just going to work. Nice job with the baseline shot, the poise, and the patience. And Jeff Green setting up a screen there, but you see Kyrie Irving making a handful of shots here down the stretch, but doesn't have the shot here thanks to some good defense by Andre Iguodala fighting over the screen. Gets it to Kevin Durant. Duncan Robinson runs him off as he pulls up for the jumper. This goes back to, as we look at the Brooklyn Nets and what they hope this group and this lineup comes together, it's the optionality you have to close games because of the potent weapons and scores that you have on all points of the floor. But it essentially comes down to the defensive end, and what they've done in this game is get stops when it's mattered.
Well, Durant, 30 tonight. 5 straight home games with at least 30, matching Mike Newland's Nets record. He did it back in 1980. Durant does it here in 2020-2021. Brooklyn, 34 assists tonight. Hey, after the final buzzer, stay tuned for the Nets postgame and get highlights, analysis, key player reactions, and thoughts from head coach Steve Nash. It's all coming up after the game right here on Yes. You know, Sarah, maybe one of the more encouraging things we've seen tonight and down the stretch, Kyrie Irving has had the perfect touch of when to call his own number and when to access, had the perfect touch of when to call his own number and when to access the talent. And down the stretch, Kyrie Irving has had the perfect touch of when to call his own number and when to access. And down the stretch, Kyrie Irving has had the perfect touch of when to call his own number and when to access. And down the stretch, Kyrie Irving has had the perfect touch of when to call his own number and when to access the talents of his teammates.
And you saw Nunn cheating there a little bit, expecting the screen. And Goran Dragic pleading his case, not believing that that was a foul.
Miami trapping, hard in evade, and finishes. Eight-point Brooklyn lead. Dragic leans in, banks it in, plus the foul.
Oh, that's big. And Jeff Green trying not to foul here, but Dragic picks up his dribble. So you don't want to be going for this fake anyway. And Green's momentum just takes him into him. Did Dragic have his foot on the line?
He did. So that's going to be a 2. It's Green.
Quick update for you. Steph Curry, the Golden State Warriors, has officially passed Reggie Miller. He is now second on the all-time three-point list. Congratulations, Steph Curry. Back to Brooklyn.
And at this juncture, you're switching at all positions. But you're looking at a two-possession game here. There is still time for Miami to make some plays.
Dragic completes the three-point play. Harris looking to get it in. Doesn't have anything going on. Finds Durant. Durant is fouled. And Durant hobbles away for a moment after he got smacked. And Durant appears okay as he walks to the free throw line. More efficient impact from Kevin Durant tonight. 30 points, 11 of 19 shooting, 4 of 7 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line. I mean, it's just been incredible night in, night out for Durant.
Well, and I think, too, you start to look at, again, there's a lot of things that obviously you're focused on this game, but just big picture-wise with this group, the balance of the shot distribution. You know, 19 field goal attempts for Kevin Durant, 17 for Irving, just 8 for James Harden, who does have also 11 assists, 7 rebounds on the night, but 14 for Joe Harris, 8 for Jeff Green. The rest of the lineup, everyone with at least 4 shots.
Robinson heaves it and hits. It is a 3-point game, and Brooklyn got close to a foul again from deep.
That could have been a 4-point play.
TLC's got to get it in bounds, gets it to Irving, and Irving is fouled.
That was a big-time shot from Duncan Robinson, and you can see why he is discussing with the official about potentially being a foul. So Bam setting the screen. Joe, I think, comes flying into him because he got caught up with Bam Adebayo. And I'm not sure if Bam's foot caught Joe or what happened on that play.
Irving, who has 15 in the fourth, an excellent free throw shooter. Brooklyn 16 of 20 from the line tonight. Irving 2 of 2. 3-point Brooklyn lead, 15.4 to go. Irving hits the first. Miami has 1 timeout remaining. Nets have 2.
This Miami team has battled. Undermanned, missing key players. give them a lot of credit.
Irving hits them both. 5-point game, 17 in the fourth for Irving. Adebayo gets it back to Robinson, a three, and he's fouled by Irving. And Duncan Robinson is going to take 3 free throws.
I'll have to take a look at this again. Curious if he gets him or where he lands. So late with the closeout. That's a tough call because, the question is when you don't get a guy in the upper body is did you give him room?
His free throws for Kyrie Irving.
And a nice job here getting the ball in because you cannot overstate how important that is and sometimes how challenging it can be, especially the way Miami has done such a nice job in their pass denial. But you get it in quick, and you have Kyrie Irving, a 97% free throw shooter on the season at the line.
Irving hits the first 3-point game. Here's the big one to make it a 2-possession game. Irving misses. Rebound Iguodala. Miami's going to run. They don't take a timeout. And Harden fouls Adebayo. Incredibly wise of James Harden.
What a heads-up play.
We saw the Nets not foul the other night in Cleveland get burned by Colin Sexton. This time they do.
And you see it here. It's a quick grab.
And so now Adebayo will shoot 2 free throws with the Nets leading by 3. 3.3 seconds remaining.
And it almost seemed like the Nets were expecting Miami to call a timeout.
It did as Adebayo misses the first. And is there any chance they'll have Adebayo miss intentionally here now?
Something you got to be aware of. Focus on your box out with this shot going up. Either way.
Jordan in to rebound for Brooklyn.
Make sure someone gets Bam Adebayo as well.
Adebayo makes it. It's a 2-point Brooklyn lead. 3.3 to go. Nets do have 2 timeouts if Harris has trouble inbounding. Harris gets it into Harden. Harden is smacked. And with 2.7 to go, Harden is now going to travel to the free throw line.
And this is where these players really do become a luxury when you look at Harden, Irving, Durant, their ability to get available on these inbounds, because that is always something that you can't just assume is a given.
Now remember, Miami still has its timeout, so they can advance the basketball here. Eric Spoelstra has managed not to need it over the last couple of possessions. Harden needs to make both here. The first one is good. Harden now 7 of 8 from the line tonight. That Adebayo missed free throw was enormous, and Harden can take advantage here. He got it. It's a 4-point Brooklyn lead, 128-124 the final. the score with 2.7 seconds remaining, and Miami spending its final timeout. Let's take a look at the Land Rover drive of the game, Sarah.
Kevin Durant. Speed, burst, right up the gut. We see a lot of explosiveness and acceleration off Kevin Durant in a variety of different plays, but the early offense looks have been something special, and that was another one of them for your Land Rover drive of the game.
128-124, Brooklyn in front, 2.7 to go in the fourth. Nets led by 14 after 3. Miami cut it to 1. Nets built the lead back up. Miami came back again. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, huge buckets. Final minutes of the fourth. And then it's gotten a little dicey in the free throw game over the final 30 seconds of this game. Chris Sheeran, Frank Isola, they're ready to go with the post game. So make sure you stay tuned on Yes after the final buzzer.
Nice opportunity to work on end-of-game situations, and you have discussed this, Brooks, but Eric Spoelstra and this group has done an excellent job in how they've managed to put themselves in position here down the stretch. Though for the Nets, as we see Bruce Brown inserted into this game for Kyrie Irving, you got to make sure that you're keeping it clean.
Yeah.
Not fouling three-point shooters. I mean, Duncan Robinson in particular, keep your eyes on. But the last thing you want to give up is a potential 4-point play.
Right. I mean, you don't really need to guard. The only thing that can hurt you here is that 4-point play.
3-point shooter, yep.
And the Nets have done it a couple times in these final minutes. Dragic takes the 3, and that will do it. Brooklyn escapes. 128-124 the final as the Nets take down Miami at Barclays Center.
Credit to the Heat. They battled. Big-time game from Bam Adebayo and others. But Brooklyn made just enough shots, just enough stops, and you can't hug. These are the new rules.
These are the new rules, not allowed to hug.
I know we want to share love.
Team security has to stop the hugs. Irving with 18 in the fourth. That'll wrap things up from Barclays Center. Once again, the final score, the Nets 128 and the Heat 124. Please join us again Monday night when the Brooklyn Nets host the Miami Heat once again. Our coverage begins at 7 o'clock with the pregame game time is set for 7:30. So for Sarah Kustok, Michael Grady, and our entire Yes Network crew, this
Joe back, and we talked about that bench earlier with Jordan Clarkson, and he and George Niang really lead that reserve squad.
Damian Lee just checked in. Gave the ball off. Good hustle. Looney over the back. Curry on a drive inside. Fave stays with him, rides him out of bounds, but Curry with a chance for a three-point play.
There he is again. He's the master at ball handling and figuring out where he wants to get on the court right here, dribbling in between guys. Derek Favors comes over. Steph Curry makes sure he gets contact. Gets the ball up for another possible and one.
Only his second trip to the line tonight, too, T. 1 of 2.
Yeah, credit to Jazz for that. They've just done an excellent job of not allowing him to do a lot more than what we just saw him do.
24 for Curry, averages over 28. Mid-range shot. You heard it jump off the iron. Toscano Anderson getting his first minutes tonight. There's a deep three by Curry. Clarkson on the floor with a rebound. Jordan Clarkson, that high floater.
So good at finding space. Didn't have the first look, but kept dribbling, found some space. Nice floater by Jordan Clarkson.
Well, the Jazz have hit 100 with 3:03 left in the third. We'll be back on AT&T Sportsnet.
Sports betting, millions of betting options a year on the sports you love. We offer live in-game betting on major sporting events worldwide. We have tons of bets available during games, from money lines, point spreads, prop bets, play-by-play bets, and many more. BetRivers.com offers sports betting, millions of betting options a year on the sports you love. We offer live in-game betting on major sporting events, $150. More bets, more action, more fun. Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com.
This is the Corona Irish Whiskey Beltone. This is the Rich and Smooth Challenger. Ding, ding. Proper number 12, Irish Whiskey. One for all.
Dear Winter, it's been fun getting to know you. Sleet, blizzards, ice. I love that you don't hold back. We didn't take it personally when you tried to bury us under 6 feet of snow. It's cool. You do your thing, and we'll do ours. Stay chill. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can get $500 customer cash on a new 2021 Toyota 4Runner. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
What is USAA made for? It's made for this guy. A veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now.
We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they serve one tour or made a career in it. We also make USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renters insurance. Become a member today. Call us for a quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're paid for.
Does this make you want to Reese's? How about this? Okay, we'll stop. Just kidding. We're not going to stop. Not sorry. Reese's.
Of course, the best podcast in the land for your Bulls coverage is our Bulls Talk podcast on NBCSportsChicago.com/podcast. You get the latest episode. Jason Goff, Jason Johnson, Rob Schaefer, and Vincent Goodwill joining the pod for a recent episode. Check out their work.
Sports betting. Millions of betting options a year on the sports you love. We offer live in-game betting on major sporting events worldwide. We have tons of bets available during games, from money lines, point spreads, prop bets, play-by-play bets, and many more. BetRivers.com offers live streaming of events worldwide. That's right. You can bet on the game as you're watching. Sign up now, and we'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com.
This is the Corinth Irish Whiskey Bell.
the ball just didn't cooperate.
Well, it was a great ever player selected from Florida State. Williams is on him. LeBron, the cutter, Trez just kind of threw it up.
That's his shot, though. He's got that little quick little floater.
And normally goes in. He has been shooting the ball really well. And that's no surprise. Career highs this year in scoring and rebounds down the line.
They've taken 10 points off the lead. They're only down 20 now with 2 minutes and change to play.
See if the Lakers can focus in. Again, remember it was the Lakers last year in this building who came back in the fourth quarter to win. They don't want the tables turned. Kobe White with the left hand. Can't score, but a foul.
Should be on Montrez. That'll send Kobe White to the line for free throws. His first attempts from the free throw line.
It's been an off night for Trez, too. Just 2 points for Montrez. He has 8 straight double figures. Now, Kobe White drives and finishes, doesn't just shoot from the outside. Alec Jacoby White, his name, given name. Here's Wesley Matthews in for the Lakers.
Comes in for Dennis Schroeder.
Didn't shoot, didn't score, 8 minutes. That's a little strange for Wesley. Did not shoot in 8 minutes in the first half. See if he gets an opportunity.
I'm sure he'll get an opportunity or two here.
Here's Kobe. He started in 16 games this year after coming off of the bench in all but 1 last year. So his role totally changed under Billy Donovan. Lob under to AD. Can't throw it down as the late defense by Valentine. And the foul is called.
Well, there was a play where Gafford tried to...
Gafford, the 22-year-old. Tight. It is 79 to 65.
Focus. It's all about this big lead and focus. The Lakers, they lost their focus early in the third. It's responded with the scoreboard as the Bulls are making a push here. 1:09 to play in the third. They're only down 14.
66.
You just
13
cannot,
points.
you cannot take anything for granted in the NBA.
And this is going to mean minutes for the Stars in quarter number 4. Davis, underneath, over, scores it. AD unstoppable in the key.
This is the end of, they're going to have to start to establish themselves again.
Boy, they're battling now. Down they go. It's going to be a jump ball. Davis.
Was it Anthony and Gafford will be jumping it up?
Laker low for a quarter this year, 19. Now it's 81-66.
Well, they go, 18 right now in the quarter. If they get control of this tip, they could possibly get to 19 or 20.
And again, it was the lowest scoring half by a Laker opponent in the first half, and the lowest scoring half by Chicago. So things have completely turned around, a complete 180. And now the Lakers do control, as we suspected, AD. And now it's Alex.
Well, they're going to try to work for the last shot here, about a 2-second differential.
And they'll dump it into Anthony Davis. AD trying to spin. He's got Young right on him. AD not there. Montrez has got it. Montrez with 4 seconds to AD, and there it is. So the Lakers avoid their worst quarter of the year on a good offensive rebound by Montrez, who gets it to Davis.
Yeah, not only a good offensive rebound, but he gets an assist on that play. It's a look to AD. So as they said, they pick up the final deuce, get their point total to 20 in the quarter, and they'll head to the fourth up 83-66.
Take the time of my life, and I never felt this way.
They were doing a great job of getting back to open people.
Boy was schooling them. Thrown under to Montrez. They deserve that at the other end.
That's exactly the words you should use. They deserve that one because they worked hard on the defensive end.
The alley-oop. Kuz to Trez. Throw it down. 89-66. Things getting a little more comfortable again. Hook pass, not a good one. They have to retrieve. Again, they're up against it. They're down to 2 on the clock.
Really up against it.
They may not get it away again. They're going to force Young into a prayer. It's a 24-second turnover.
I tell you, the second unit is getting after it. the second unit is getting after it.
Game is played, you don't really understand the effect as Nico hits another three. Just defensively, but to open it and be able to insert himself in the offense here.
You notice George has had some trouble with that little short 10-footer. He's been short 3 times. Nico is feeling it, and he lets another three-pointer fly. He's knocked down 2. Harrison stumbles, gathers his feet.
Quinn Snyder had some words for this crew. Juwan Morgan knocks a 3 down.
So Morgan's on the board.
Quinn had some words for this crew on that timeout. He didn't like what he saw out there.
Doak and Wiseman, 2 rookies. Harrison against Mannion, hands it off to Morgan, just knocked down that 3-point shot in the corner. Here's Niang over the top. Good ball movement. Harrison gets it back, shot clock at 7. You know, one thing Jerry Sloan always said, Thurl, somebody's watching. And it's so true in this league.
Well, you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter how the game's going or what the score is. They're watching and judging.
Nice lob up top. Doak fouled. Got a little taste of the power from Udoka Azubuike.
And judging meaning they're always making assessments on how you play in certain situations in the game.
So 2 shots for Azubuike. That one's rolling in. And how about checking out the Subway sub of the game? Subway, eat fresh. And tonight, Favors with 14 minutes, 9, 8, and 1. 9 points, 8 rebounds, and a block shot for Faves.
No surprise. Whatever minutes or however many minutes you're going to give Derek Favors, he's going to make the most out of it. And even in 14 minutes, almost a double-double, Bowler.
Warriors now firing threes at will. Poole hits a deep shot. 7 for Jordan Poole. Jazz with a 13th turnover. And now the Warriors give it back on their 11th. 124-98. Under 2 minutes left. There's a steal back the other way. Flies it to Mannion. Goes baseline, trap, clears. Mulder got it.
That's what Nico Mannion is going to be very good at. Just being a floor general when he's out there. Being aggressive to the paint and knowing where his teammates are. He's a great passer.
Nico's going to get an easy 2 off the glass. Got his first 3-pointer here in Salt Lake. Scored his first bucket. Now he's going to be able to talk to Dad about an 8-point night. We look ahead at the upcoming schedule brought to you by University of Utah Health, the #1 ranked hospital in Utah, by U.S. News now for 7 years in a row. New York, that's the first team that we'll see after traveling out to New York City, then Dallas twice, at Denver, a rematch. Jazz knocked off the Nuggets just last Sunday night.
Well, that next game, obviously, is going to be some payback, hopefully for the Jazz, during that road trip. But
Well, with 104 left, Dilemma, let's bring it upstairs. What's coming up on the post-game report?
Well, bowlers, stick around, fans out there. Siegfried and Jensen post-game report is coming up, and we will hear from head coach Quinn Snyder. And, of course, Big T has got that Where You Watching winner, and you guys have talked about it already. We'll be previewing that matchup with Booner upstairs and talking about the Knicks coming to town.
All right, we look forward to it.
Because he felt the power of that dunk.
Jazz going to jump to 12-4. Golden State will drop to 8-8. And I think the Jazz, too, starting to rebuild confidence at home. They're going to be 5-2 after this win tonight, T.
Yeah, just remember how the Jazz started the season. I mean, we were talking about when is the chemistry going to get there. Certain guys like Donovan and Bogey were struggling with their shot. But all the time, you heard the guys talk in interviews, you know, we just got to be patient. We've got to find out who we are. Boy, they found out in a hurry.
Now, Donovan made that question mark just a couple of weeks ago, and the Jazz woke up, and here we are, 8 consecutive wins. 126-108.
Golden State Warriors playing right down to the last seconds, trapping Royce O'Neal in the corner with 3 seconds to go. These young guys, they're going to play all the way through.
It's Oni who's going to be at the line.
Oh, my bad. It was Oni.
Mie will get another, and that one's going to jump off the rim. As a Buki with the rebound, that's going to do it. The Jazz win it 127-108. Led by 40, and they win this game, T, by 19.
Well, kind of a respectable game by Golden State, never giving up, really cutting into that lead, but Jazz had such a great start and a well-balanced attack. There was no coming back, really, for the Warriors.
All right, time.
Isang gasoline boy, tinulungan ang napakagandang babae, pero hindi niya inaasahan sa uli ang naging ganti nito sa kanya. Paano
Game summary is brought to you by Zions Bank. For a noteworthy approach to banking, Zions Bank is for you. Let's break this down, T, with offensive rebounds 11-4, advantage Utah, paint points a 40-28 advantage. And the bench, again, we talked about the bench earlier tonight, being number 4 in the league, averaging 39 points a game, 34 through 3.
Yeah, and listen, that's not an anomaly. The Jazz are playing that well. That's creating these opportunities.
Free throws coming. Next foul. Morris able to get into the paint. Won't get it. Jokic over the top. Blocked from behind by Bridges. Bridges again.
Jokic thought he had one easy. And the long arm of the law. I'd love to see a drive here. Maybe get to the free throw line.
Little and one would not hurt. Crowder drops it off to Nader. Outside to Paul. Has to let it go as the shot clock expires, but a long rebound into the hands of Bridges.
And short amount of time. You need to get into the offense now.
Yeah, that was part of the issue last night Monty was talking about.
Wind up having to take another tough shot.
Catch and shoot three on the way for Crowder.
Yeah, that's it. You get an offensive rebound, you got to get right into your offense. You only got 14 seconds. And that's literally what you would do if you had a 24-second shot clock.
Jokic gets it on the spin, blocked from behind, finishes, draws the foul. You knew immediately what they were going to do with Ayton on the bench.
Well, Frank Kaminsky, what he did, he's guarding Jokic, right? And Jokic is feeling where his arm is. You see his left arm? His left arm was in the back of Jokic. So where did Jokic spin? He spun right off of that left arm. And as a defender, it pretty much throws you off balance. And Frank Kaminsky knows better than that. You cannot put an elbow in that guy's back.
Free throw good. 2-point game. 28.4 here in overtime. By 104-102 here in overtime. Mikal Bridges coming to life with a beautiful defensive play. Previous possession.
Really was. I mean, he thought he had a block, and Mikal just got the top of the basketball. But right here, look at the arm extended out, bent in the back of Jokic. Immediately when he felt it, he spun right off of that left arm, and the defender really is at the mercy of it because it throws you off balance.
Yeah, and we talked about it. A player like Jokic prefers that contact. Bridges on a drive and kick, finds Nader, sets up corner three. No.
He's fouled.
And then a foul by Dozier, looks like.
And they have no challenge. So that's the beautiful part of the team uses the challenge. Mike Malone has none. But the way the shot looked, he either blocked it or he fouled it. You take a look at it. Hit his arm. It was pretty obvious. I mean, he hit his arm.
Yeah, Nader not going to miss a look that badly.
Dozier's looking like, I didn't do anything. Because part of what Dozier was thinking, his coach going to kill me for doing that, right? And so he wants to blame it on the miss. And Nader's got to get this above the rim. Give it a chance, young fella.
Only shot 3 free throws on the season coming in.
It's like a putt. It doesn't go past the hole. You never had a chance.
Yeah.
Now they have a timeout, so Nader makes this. Expect the timeout here. I'm wondering if they will take it in the front court or they'll take it full court.
Nader with a miss.
Had a foul.
Rebound. The Suns finally fouled, but nearly 6 seconds elapsed.
Number 8, Frank Kaminsky is for personal.
Till break right there.
Nikola Jokic to the Denver free throw line, shooting the shoot.
Just gotta hope that Jokic returns the faith.
7 of 10 tonight for Jokic.
He's due.
85% free throw shooter on the season.
PJ goes in the third for Denver.
And he hasn't been in that situation all year. He's come back, obviously from being out. And, he doesn't have to really hold his head down. It's a tough situation. It really is.
Suns will get a timeout. 8.9, so plenty of time to set something up for a good look. Schedule time. It's one of the things the NBA has done. They have moved some of the times back in an effort to assist with some of the game day testing.
Well, look, I'd like to see Nader get the ball in his hands to make amends. I think he'll really focus on that. But plenty of time here, 8.9. But Chris has to get into it quickly. It's not about getting the last shot. You got to really make your move here quickly. I would suspect that the Nuggets might try to foul here, K-Ray, but not above 5 seconds. They're not going to do it above 5 seconds.
Find Crowder, back to Paul.
There you go. Oh, missed the catch.
Kaminsky bobbled it. Finds Crowder, gets it loose, catches in, ties it at .7.
You know what? Let me call home. I can have somebody bring my mattress. Like we're going to be here for a while.
There's been no timeout. Willing on Flores at 3.
Not pretty. It wasn't pretty. And I'm just shocked that the Nuggets just didn't hang at the 3-point line. They actually kind of sunk in. Right there. And then watch Dozier. Dozier actually dropped off. And then he doubles. And why would you double in that situation? If anything, you stay home. Harris had Kaminsky locked up. And Dozier, 2 mistakes there from Dozier at the end of this game.
Well, I was going to say, I'm sure he will have quite a lengthy conversation with his coaches. The foul on the 3-point attempt from Nader and leaving Crowder, who the hottest Suns 3-point shooter, 6 of 11 now on the night. As Fisher Review brought to you by Sweet James.
Not all personal injury law firms are the same. Experience counts.
They definitely got it off in time. So here's the key, right? And you remember a number of years ago, I pretty much called a play with Tyson Chandler. I said, they're going to try to throw a lob. And it worked. Tyson Chandler actually dunked the ball, and the Suns won the game.
Right.
You got to make Jokic go to the ball. Don't allow him to anchor in there. Overplay him somewhat, but don't overplay him enough to where they can throw the ball behind you. That's the key. You can catch it and shoot it with 0.7.
Jokic, a little collision with, they try to lob it to Harris from behind. Nice seal there by Kaminsky. But hold on.
And 0.1. So 0.1, you can't do anything but tip it in. So you're the Suns, you just bring sticks in. If you bring sticks in there and let him guard the out of bounds play.
You see Monty Williams calling Jalen Smith.
Yep. And let him guard the out of bounds play or actually guard the rim, because all they can do is throw a lob.
The official review, once again, brought to you by Sweet James.
He can't foul now. That's how you can lose the game. So
right.
You have to really get good position and don't foul. If somebody gets in front of you, don't jump over his back. You just got to contest, because a foul can be called.
The ruling on the floor as soon as end roll ball is concerned, and the clock will be reset to 0.1.
So as we noted, 0.1 put on the clock.
Now, Michael Porter Jr. really, I think, is the guy, because Jokic can't jump. So you don't expect Jokic to get a lob. So Michael Porter Jr. is the one. And I would just pretty much put two guys on him. I mean, if he starts to crash to the front of the rim, I'm Mikal Bridges. I'm basically going to go help. There you go.
Right.
It took all that time to design that. That might have been the ugliest design play ever.
We're going to play double bonus basketball. Second overtime coming your way after this. Our Suns broadcast crew, glad you could hang out with us on this Saturday night.
And before we start this quarter, I want to wish good luck to a friend of ours, Tom Field. He and his wife Sarah celebrating their 10th wedding anniversary. So I told him I'd give him a shout out. All right, send that check in the mail, please.
Happy anniversary to great couple. Suns a little short-handed here. No Devin Booker out the entire game with a hamstring injury. DeAndre Ayton fouling out. Cam Johnson dealing with cramps. As Morris down the lane for the easy 2. Crowder tying his season high at 21, comes up short on that three-point attempt. That Crowder three-point shot to tie it up, by the way, was just a second three-point make of the fourth quarter and overtime period.
Well, that's the issue when you do double Jokic when he's looking at you. You have to pretty much surprise him. He's in the same category as the all-time greats. Magic, Bird, Kareem, anybody that's really potent inside, you have to double them by surprise. You just can't run at them while they're watching you.
Morris was quiet for 3 quarters. He got 5 quick points. He's got 13 of the game, but Chris Paul, well, he is going to do everything he can to try to will his team to a win here tonight. He's got 19 on that bucket.
Suns missed 3 games because of health protocol, and you know what? They're probably going to make up those 3 games against the Nuggets in 2 nights.
Frank Kaminsky, his 5th personal first team foul.
And Chris has to continue to shoot. I mean, that's the leader he is, and I know he would rather set guys up, but he's got to continue to look at the basket.
That foul number 5 on Kaminsky. So DA fouled out. You got no Dario Saric, no Damian Jones. So you've got a rookie and Jalen Smith over there on the bench as Jokic just effortlessly knocks it down. A 5-point Denver lead here in the second overtime. Ball with a pull-up. There's a big possession right here.
There it is. The Suns got to try to get out and run. I mean, I know people are fatigued, but everything is like hard to get to now in this half-court offense.
Jokic backing down. Just a nice little jump hook. Timeout Phoenix. Biggest lead of the night for the Nuggets. And it comes here in the second overtime with 2:39 to go. Denver on top 115-108.
Booker out and maybe getting himself open for a three-point shot. That's his advantage against Jokic in that situation. So still plenty of time left here. It's 2:39. By no means this game is over, but the Suns have to have good possessions every time. You got to set screens when you're tired. You got to execute because, you know, it pushes you.
Bridges off the catch. Porter Jr. closing out. McHale got the angle and got to the rim.
Yeah, if you're McHale, you got to do that because he struggles guarding. You should clear out and go for it. And I'm like laughing to myself. Why would Murray want to delay the clock?
Kaminsky with a steal that couldn't keep himself in bounds.
Yeah, good hustle there. And Mikal Bridges went up there and forced Murray to pick the ball up.
Right.
But it would have given the Suns more rest, but that's a good opportunity there for Frank Kaminsky just to get his hands on it.
And from that angle, it looked as though he was able to stay in bounds, but Joker kicks it across to Porter Jr. Long rebound into the hands of Bridges.
That was good timing from Chris Paul. He came from the weak side.
Bridges splits the D, gets inside, can't get the roll. Right there at the rim.
Looking for contact and didn't see any, or didn't find any.
Suns needing another stop here. Down by 5, second overtime. Murray with that jump stop. Got it. $26 for Murray, 27 from the Joker. Underhand scoop pass into Kaminsky, couldn't handle it. Turnover Phoenix. Morris recovers, and that'll take us under a minute to go.
You don't want to foul here now.
Jokic throws it away into the hands of Paul. Crowder looking to his right, fires a three, no. Bridges on the rebound. That one knocked out of bounds as Nader and Crowder both vying for the errant pass. And they're going to take a quick look just to determine exactly who this ball is off of.
Phoenix ball or check rebound.
A lot of hard display here tonight by the Suns. Without Devin Booker. Take a look at that, man. Looks like it hit the top of Murray.
Shoulder of Murray, yeah. Visual review brought to you by Sweet James. Yeah, the killer was certainly and you tip your cap to Jamal Murray, because it looked like the Suns were going to get out of here in regulation with the 3-point win, but final seconds.
It's a tough shot.
Murray
He's facing it, so you can't foul him. Because if you foul him, then he'll get 3 free throws, because he'll go up and shoot it. And then right there, I thought those just gave this crowd a favor by double teaming. So big shot after big shot on both ends. Like the Suns just ran out of ammunition, and more so because of lack of size inside. DeAndre fouls out of the game. And that made it really difficult for Frank Kaminsky. He's asking a lot for him to guard. You know, right now, one of the front runners for the MVP in the league, and Nikola Jokic.
22 rebounds on the night for Jokic. Hall triggers the inbound, finds Crowder over to Kaminsky, fires the three. Bridges loose ball rebound, but couldn't control it. Murray comes back with it.
Gee. Travel.
We're going to get a travel, or I mean,
no, that's this was calling a foul, but it looked like Murray traveled.
I guess they'll call the foul before.
Santos shooting the ball extremely well from three. And I've always said that it's the toughest shot because it takes a lot of energy. And you can tell after they were like 10 of 20 and they were shooting the ball well, they only made 6 since then.
Yeah, 52 three-point attempts tonight. And so you couple an overtime game last night, a game that started less than 24 hours from last night. You're short-handed. You're running around on defense, and so those legs are going to get a little tired. So,
but you think about it. Only 18 free throw attempts.
Right.
And that's a lot of minutes to only have 18 free throw attempts, and that's why, because they were taking a ton of threes and didn't get to the line doing that.
Time out on the floor. Nuggets in the driver's seat.
Ruling on the floor is that Jay Crowder was out of bounds when he touched the ball, and we're going to check the ruling on the floor.
They were going to call the jump ball, but apparently Crowder's foot was out of bounds.
Obviously, very disappointing to be able to come home and lose to the Denver Nuggets back-to-back on your home floor. But I think Monty Williams can take a lot of information out of these two games. Where is he? Yeah.
The call's been confirmed. Crowder was out of bounds when he touched the ball. The game clock will be reset to 6.6.
Official review brought to you by Sweet James.
So what can they take from this? Well, obviously the effort that they had without Devin in the second game. They had a chance to win both of these games. It's just little things they need to shore up against a very good team, a quality basketball team in Denver. And have to look forward to the schedule. This is very difficult, but 8-7 now. Suns have a number of games they need to make up in the win column.
Yeah. But as we said, just based on this first half of the schedule. This will be 3 meetings now against this Denver team, and they will take, for the moment, the season series at 2-1.
Gary Harris shooting 2.
And you knew, despite the Nuggets' slow start at 1-4, that eventually they were going to get it turned around. They had 77 days between their final game in the bubble and their first preseason game. Personnel changes, but this is a team that just knows how to win basketball games. And one of those teams that Suns are going to be fighting with in the West is this one in the books. A tough one. Overtime loss last night, double overtime loss tonight. 120-112 is your final. The next Suns game coming up on Fox Sports Arizona is on Wednesday, when the Suns play host to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Coverage beginning at 6:30 p.m. For Eddie Johnson, I'm Kevin Ray, our entire Suns crew. Stay tuned now for Suns Live with your host.
Palitan pa rin ng palo.